since 1951. This is The Legend. 105.3, 95.3, WDXE.
Well, we've changed things around slightly this week, and Stanley Wilson is in here. Stanley, how are you, buddy?
Good morning.
Stanley, of course, with Harvest Financial, and normally in here on Wednesday mornings.
Yeah, we do our Harvest Financial Hour on the Wednesday morning, but we've got a special guest tomorrow, so I've moved up a day. And
yeah, it'll be all right. I promise it'll be all right.
You sure?
Yeah, it'll work out. Yeah.
I'm a little unprepared today, but we'll
That's
swing
okay.
through.
There's stuff for us to talk about.
We'll ad-lib.
We'll ad-lib and talk about stuff. We may get the financial stuff going after a while, but there's a lot going on in the world. The USA's out of the soccer business.
Yep, their history.
They're out of it. I watched. So listen, I watched some of that game.
What was the score? 4-1.
4-1.
That's a beatdown in soccer.
It
isn't
is. I mean, that's like stomping in soccer.
You're 1-0 or 2-1 or something like that.
And look, I know nothing about the strategy of the game or nothing about soccer. I really, really don't.
Just can't use your hands.
But I watched them enough to know that Belgium was just mopping the floor with us.
They were a better team.
The USA team could not even get close to the goal. And
well, it's Trump's fault.
Is it?
Yeah.
How did
it's
that
his
happen?
fault.
Well, I'm sure it is.
He questioned the red card foul from the previous game.
Yeah.
And I guess that's where they
fouled
disqualify
up the whole,
a player or
it
something.
fouled up the whole thing, huh?
Yeah. Got him off of track.
I don't know, but like I said, I know nothing about it. But I found myself getting frustrated watching them try to get the ball down because Belgium would they'd be down there threatening to score all the time, and we couldn't seem to get it half court.
Couldn't get it over the
I'm
midway.
Like, what the heck? I thought, and here's what I think. I think that the media hyped up the USA team and made them better than they were, making us think they had a chance, and they never had a chance.
Well, you mentioned it earlier. We're not a soccer nation.
We're not a soccer.
You know,
Listen, we're a football nation.
Well, it would have been basketball if it had been the Olympic basketball team getting beat. That would be a story right there.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, exactly. So, I don't know. I know there were soccer fans who were very disappointed. Thinking that we might have a chance.
Well, you and I didn't grow up. We didn't have soccer leagues when we were young. We had baseball, basketball, and football.
I will say this: at New Prospect School, we did play kickball.
Well, I've done that.
We played kickball. You remember doing that?
Yeah.
We played kickball and we played softball.
Now we did. And when I was in the sixth grade, we played some soccer in the sixth grade.
But kickball is basically a baseball game without a baseball.
Yeah, because the girls, you always played. It was co-ed. The girls joined in.
That was so they could get everybody, really hot and sweaty before you have to go back into the classroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was basically what we did there. Well, I haven't seen, did you have a good fourth?
I did. We
Yeah.
got to see some fireworks at a private show, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Had good food, good barbecue, good
Yeah.
ribs. What did I have? I went off my diet. I heard you earlier talking about today is Strawberry Sunday Day.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also Tell the Truth Day, so
It's Tell the Truth.
You can't go get
You
one
can't
without
go get
saying
one
it.
without telling about it. That's right. But I'm going to avoid it. I've got a doctor's appointment coming up soon, and I need to make a good impression.
Uh-oh. Have you been, they doing blood work? Have you been fasting?
Well, no. I've it's a checkup. I have a regular checkup with my heart doctor.
Okay.
Yeah. So then we may do some blood work. I don't know, but not today probably.
Yeah. I mean, that deal where you have to go 8 hours without eating and all that.
Yeah.
Or 10 hours or whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, I can do that. Have you ever done a fast?
It's interesting. Probably not on purpose. I probably have gotten to work and worked, and all of a sudden you look up and it's like 3:30, and you go, "Have I eaten lunch today?"
You know that,
and you don't miss it. But I remember one time I had to do an exam for some life insurance, and the girl was going to come like at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so I had to go the whole day without eating.
Yeah.
So that was on my mind, and I was starving to death. But those days that I don't it doesn't come in your mind. You, like I said, you work, and then all of a sudden it's 3:30, and you go, I haven't eaten lunch yet, and I'm not even hungry. I mean,
yeah, you can
So
get
your
busy
mind-
enough to do a day, but I'm talking about like
I know I'm a 5-day
lengthy-
fast or
a lengthy fast.
Yes,
yeah.
no, I've never done that.
I have a few times. The longest I did one once. It was about 2 weeks.
Wow.
As far as I could go.
Wow,
So, but that's been a while back.
On your own?
But yeah.
not in a clinic or
No. It
medical setting?
I did it on purpose. I was just going to see how long I could fast.
what? Did you just drink water and that's
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, pretty much.
No fruit,
Uh-uh.
no coffee,
No,
just water.
pretty much. Yeah.
Wow, Jeff, I'm impressed.
Yeah, it's
I
been a
probably
while
couldn't
back.
make it 2 days.
That's been a long time ago. I don't know if I could do that now or not.
Well, I mean, they say that's one of the best ways to heal your body.
Yeah, it's supposed to give you a good cleanse, I guess, and I will say that that I didn't. It wasn't as bad as you might think. Now, the first few days, yes, but after you get past this certain hump, it's like okay, you can coast.
Well, did you go in that ketosis? Did you get feeling kind of bad like 3 or 4 days into it?
I don't remember feeling bad about it. No. The hardest part of it was being somewhere. At that time, I was working and actually would have to go to lunch with people.
Oh, wow.
And would have to
That's a challenge.
And would have to sit there and just drink water while I watched them eat. That would be the hardest part.
And they probably were like, Jeff, what are you doing? Not eating. You know,
I
we
just
feel
say-
bad.
I
We
just say,
feel
look,
bad eating in front of you.
I just say, look, I'm purposely not eating, and that would be the end of it.
Well, I guess the magic question is, how much weight did you lose?
I don't remember. Gosh, it's been years ago since I did that. I mean, it's been a long time ago. But anyway, it's good for you to do it every once in a while. Not overdo it, but there's
Yeah, you
such a
don't
thing.
start losing muscle mass.
There's such a thing as this intermittent fasting that they talk about.
Yeah.
You heard about that.
Yeah.
And
And I've done that. I mean, I try to do that now.
yeah. Yeah.
I didn't eat anything this morning. I ate kind of late yesterday. Not when I say late, I mean after 6 o'clock. I try not to eat before 6. I mean after 6 o'clock.
Yeah, at night.
That's what I'm trying to do now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I had. Well, I mean the sun's still up at 8 o'clock, and you think.
Yeah, I know.
And I look up and I go, wow, it's 6:30. So I went ahead and ate. I didn't realize
That's
it was
probably
that
one of the
late.
hardest things to get out of the habit of doing is eating late at night before you go to bed.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
It's a challenge
It
for me
is.
personally.
Yeah. Well, Teresa's been kind of on a cooking binge here lately.
Uh-oh.
And we're trying to have dinner together in the evening with the family. So she's been working on pretty hard to have dinner
Well,
for us.
this is the time when all the vegetables coming in from the gardens.
Yeah,
you know?
all that stuff. So last night we had some kind of pork tenderloin and some green beans and something else that she had, and it was about 6:30 when we all sat down to eat together, something like that. And so since she's doing that, I'm trying not to eat anything after that.
What do you do
No
during
snack.
the day?
During the day, of course, I'm here until 9. I'll usually try to eat a little protein after this. Yesterday I ate some eggs and tomatoes. I went somewhere and got some scrambled eggs and tomatoes. And then for lunch, I went by Rick's and had a couple of chicken tenders.
Okay.
And then dinner last night. And I'm trying to drink a lot of water.
Yeah, water will suppress your appetite.
Trying to drink a lot of water. So there you go. And I've got off a little over 30 pounds in the last 4 or 5 months.
Well, good.
Something like that.
I'm down 30 pounds since probably February.
Yeah. So, and in this, this is real entertainment for everybody.
I know. Listen to our diet.
Listen to what we eat. So that's really good. But President Trump, of course, just landed in Turkey.
Over there for NATO,
Over there for NATO.
he's loved.
What does NATO stand for? You know?
the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Is that what? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Bunch of countries got together and
so his take on it is that we're loyal to them, but they're not loyal to us very much.
probably so.
And I think
And he's standing up for the United
so
States over there.
he's like, okay, we're tired of propping all you guys up, and then when we need you, you're not there.
Well, I mean, Trump is a very divisive person. I understand that. But the one thing there's a lot of things I don't like about him, but the one thing I do like about him is he puts America first, and he's going to look out for America.
Well, it's needed.
It is needed.
I think it's needed.
We've been needing it from our president for years.
Yeah, I think it's needed, and I understand, that he may have a different way of doing it, but somebody needs to do it a different way.
And he rubs people wrong. I mean, he's from New York. He's a New York City guy.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to tell you what's on their mind, and if you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, they don't care. That's the way they are.
Yeah. Well, who was it? And this has been a good long while ago. They were sitting around, and this was actually being live coverage on, and I think it was it might have been Germany or somebody that he was at a round table with, and there was some kind of negotiation process going on or whatever it was, and he basically looked at them and he said, "Why are y'all buying oil from Russia?" I mean, you're expecting us. You're expecting us to send you all kind of money and do this, that, and the other, and you're buying oil from Russia. What's going on with that? And I mean, just straight up.
Yeah.
And I'm okay.
Well, speaking of Trump, and what he's doing is he created all these tariffs.
It was buying oil or selling oil. I can't remember which one it was.
Well, he's created these tariffs on these products coming in. So that has raised prices on things. Now the conflict in Iran has also caused gas prices to go up.
Yep.
But we may have been talking about this last week. In 1913 was when the income tax was enacted. There had been some taxes before that, but they were temporary taxes.
Yeah.
So I looked up and I'm like, okay, how did the federal government survive before the income tax? Before they had our money, how were they paying their bills?
Yeah.
Well, come to find out that Alexander Hamilton came up with this plan called tariffs. So we had to import a lot of products, and these other countries were happy to do that because they made money as we bought these products from them.
Sure.
But then Hamilton came up with this idea, we'll make the foreign countries, if they love us that much, they want to give us their goods and services, we'll charge them a tax or a tariff.
Okay.
So that's where 90% of the money came from tariffs. That's what the federal government ran on before the income tax. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
That is interesting.
And that's kind of what Trump wanted to go back to. Trump, I think, would love to get rid of the income tax.
Yeah. So would I.
A lot of people would, except the politicians. The politicians want to increase it.
Yeah.
Because they want, they want our money so they could get reelected and do their little
projects.
All their little projects to pay off their buddies and everybody else in their political life. But before 1913, when there was no income tax, there was tariffs, and that's how 90% of the government was funded by tariffs. The other countries
I've never looked into that, actually.
Well, I hadn't either. We were talking about it last week, and I go, how was the government funded before the income tax? Now, during the Civil War, Lincoln had a tax to raise money for the Union Army. He had a tax for that. But now, before that, you may have heard of this. You got to remember, you had your 13 colonies all on the eastern shore, right? So expansion was going west, and when I say west, that's West Pennsylvania and Ohio and Indiana and all that.
What's called the Midwest.
Yeah, and Kentucky, and we're not even over the Mississippi River yet.
Right.
So what did those guys do? They raised grain and rye and barley, and they made whiskey. That's how they survived. They made whiskey and sold whiskey. Well, the government decided to put a excise tax on whiskey. Well, when they did that, they went crazy. They said, "Oh, no way, we're not paying this, blah, blah, blah." Mm-hmm. And that's called the Whiskey Rebellion. I can't remember what year.
I wasn't there, but I remember what you're talking about.
You remember that in school, right? Well, that's where it came from, is that they wanted to not only get money from the tariffs, but they also wanted to tax the whiskey, and that's when we had a problem with the people that was making the whiskey. They said, "No, we don't want to do that.
You don't want to mess with the whiskey makers."
No. So, but I mean, it was
those whiskey makers are not. It could be unpleasant.
Well, I mean, you look at the two things that are taboo today is alcohol and tobacco, but that was their cash crop was tobacco. I mean, they made money off of tobacco, and then they made money off of making whiskey back then.
Yep. Downtown Nashville, there's a company called U.S. Tobacco.
Okay.
U.S. Tobacco makes Skoal, along with a host of other things, and Bruton Snuff as well.
Oh, yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I guess it's still there. There's a building downtown. It's not far from the Capitol. I've been in that building. Been in there several times years ago. And you see the Bruton. You see the big sign Bruton Snuff up there. And this was years ago. I worked for DRM, and DRM, of course, is a company here. They do plant automation, and I happened to be working for them at that time. And we were doing a project where they redoing the safety equipment on the presses that pressed out the can lids for those Skoal cans,
Right.
along with a lot of other their brands. But those presses, and they had a row of them. I don't know how many of them, probably 20 or more, and they were stamping this fast, every one of them, like that, all day.
Probably making 2 every second.
And they were just stamping them out, that place, of course, was just basically printing money. Pretty much was because Skoal at that time was super popular, and I guess it still is with a lot of people. But I mean, they're there, and then they had a plant up in Chicago that we got to go to a time or two up there as well. U.S. Tobacco out there.
Well, I mean, tobacco was a big cash crop in the state of Tennessee. Of course, it was in Kentucky too. And so
Now, they didn't make smoking products. They made dipping and snuff products.
But they had to get their tobacco came from the United States, I hope, if their name was
Well,
U.S. Tobacco.
I guess probably so. I have no idea.
See, now the cheap cigarettes that are on the market now, most of that tobacco comes from South America.
Yeah,
It's not even.
yeah. Of course, they didn't make cigarettes there. It was all a dip type product. But now you had to get used to the aroma when you walked into that building, because it would knock you down.
Oh, wow.
It would almost burn your eyes.
Well, my grandmother dipped Burton Snuff, and my mother would keep they would come in a little glass.
Yeah.
And we used those as drinking glasses back in the day.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Yeah, my grandmother.
Then they went to
dipped-
plastic, and they weren't just as good as the glass ones.
My great grandmother dipped Bruton Snuff as
Yep.
well. She sure did, and
Yep.
a lot of people did. Of course, I was surprised to find out as a kid that it used to not be dipped; it was sniffed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, back in the days of, like, I guess, our founding fathers, they would put that powder on their right here, like this, and they would sniff it.
So that wasn't cocaine.
And let me tell you something. When I found that out, of course, I was just a kid. But when I found that out about that's how it was first used, I thought, well, I'm going to try that.
Oh my goodness, Jeff. How did that end up?
Not too good.
I tried Red Men one time because I watched Major League Baseball and I wanted to be like them.
Oh, yeah.
I was cutting grass and I
Yeah.
had some Red Man and I dipped in it. Man, I got so sick. I was at the water hose washing my mouth out.
Well, I was actually a tobacco chewer for quite some time.
That was
And
my
it
first
started,
and only.
and it started with baseball.
Yeah.
It really did. It started with baseball. Back then, that's if you played baseball, you chewed
Well,
tobacco.
if you're a Braves fan, you probably remember the name Darrell Cheney. He played the shortstop for the Braves. And he would take a wad of tobacco and chew up bubble gum
Yes.
and then put the bubble gum out and flatten it out and put the wad of tobacco in there, and that's what he chewed on.
I never did understand that one.
either.
I
He
didn't understand that
always had a big wad in his cheek.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my first experience, my grandfather, my Papa White, as I called him, he was a tobacco chewer, and he chewed what was called King Bee Twist. It was just a dry twist tobacco.
Yeah.
And then he had a brick of Black Mariah that was a brand back then too, and he would cut them off. He'd cut off with a pocket knife a piece of each and mix it. Well, I decided that I wanted to try that. And of course, I snuck a little piece of his King Bee Twist outside with me. And I've told this before, but so in order to hide while I was chewing it, I climbed up a tree and was sitting up there. And now King Bee Twist is dry, so it took a while for it to moisten up enough to actually get where you could even spit. And so when it finally got to that point, that tree began to sway with me. And begin to really sway and really start moving. And I started getting so sick, I didn't think I was going to be able to get down. And when I finally did get down, all I could do was lay there. I laid on the ground sick as a mule. And yet I went back and started chewing again. So there you go. That's just how smart I was.
Well, I want to be a resource for senior citizens. And
yes.
One of the things that I was thinking about, I was at a local eatery here, and I asked them if they had a senior discount on anything.
A senior discount. Some places do, yeah.
So I want people to call in. What's our phone number again?
766-9393. 766-9393.
Call in and tell us what your favorite senior citizen discount is, or senior discount around town. Where I was, I'll just tell you, I was at the Waffle House. Only the second time I've eaten at the Lawrenceburg one.
Yeah.
But they have if you look on there, they have a kids menu, but they also include the seniors in that menu. So you can get a nice little meal for, I think it was $7.75.
Really?
So
now, is there a particular age?
Well, I asked her that, and she said, well, it just depends on your gray hair. I said, well, I got plenty of that, I guess.
I don't think they can. I think if you ask for it, they have to give it to you, no matter what.
I don't think they card you for that.
No. I use the senior discount a lot.
Well, tell us one of your favorites.
Well, it's the only one really that I ever use, and it's at McDonald's, and it's their senior coffee.
Well, I know a lot of the.
I'll ask for a lot of mornings. In fact, I had one this morning. I drove through before I got here, and I said I want a senior coffee, and I think it's 75 cents. You can get a coffee.
Wow.
Yeah. That's it. That's the one I use. I use it a lot. But if you've got some favorites out there, we want to hear from you. 766-9393 is the number. There's those senior discounts, I guess. And try to eat cheap.
Well, it's hard to do. It's a challenge.
Try to eat cheap, yes.
Well, I started doing it. Of course, with this, what I'm doing is getting off of sugar. So
yeah,
the worst thing is to drink. And I love Cokes. I love cherry Cokes. I love cherry Dr. Pepper. I love Dr. Pepper.
Oh my gosh, those are syrupy sweet.
Yeah, they are. They're bad for you.
They're bad for you.
And but I've gotten off of those. I'll have a Coke Zero every once in a while.
Yeah.
I get a hankering for a Coke with peanuts in it. I love that for a snack.
Oh man, yeah, I used to.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we'd get I used to put them in Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, that's what I put them into now.
Maybe way back when.
Yeah, when they had the smaller bottles of them, the glass bottles. And used to the pool room down in downtown Florence. You can go in there and get that 6.5 ounce Coca-Cola.
Is it Tennessee Street? Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, Old Smokehouse.
Yeah.
And you get that with your half and half, your half beef stew and half chili.
Yeah.
That's what
that place is still there.
It is.
I haven't been there in years and years.
It is.
In years and years, and I've tried to talk my wife into going.
It's I don't know.
You can't. I guess you could still get a pool room burger there, couldn't you?
Yeah, I think so.
A pool room burger.
I haven't been there in years. I used to go there.
Let's take a road trip and go.
Yeah. Well, I need to get down there. I got some work to do down there.
We'll get Keith Durham with us.
Oh yeah, we have a good time.
We
need to film it for YouTube.
We need to do that. We need to go down there. We'll see if Lanny will go with us. Maybe Lanny will go too.
That'd be interesting.
We did do a road trip with Lanny and Dennis Tipper.
Yeah.
And John Huntley and I think it was John.
Yeah, and all the car guys there.
And Lanny. And at that time I had this station wagon. I had a Roadmaster station wagon.
Really?
We took it down. We took it down to a little burger joint down in North Alabama and back.
The old station
That was
wagon.
a good trip.
Wow. I remember those. Roadmaster.
That's right, a big Roadmaster. It was cool.
That thing went all over the road, didn't it?
Yeah, it was
like
a lot of fun.
Riding on the couch in your living room.
We need to do that again. We need to do something like that again. We'll get a nicer vehicle next time, though. Maybe Lanny will loan us one. Something a little nicer. All right, it's 8:35. Stanley Wilson's in here with Harvest Financial. And how's the office coming along, by the way?
It's coming along. I'm going to have one more yard sale to get rid of. I found a lot of stuff in my storage room, so I got to get rid of it. So
You got some good stuff?
I don't know. Good stuff for somebody. I just want to get rid of it.
You need the room.
I need the room. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
And I have a female that's used it for storage, and she's got a whole bunch of clothes to move out of there. And then I got another family coming in, so we're going to have like a good selection of stuff.
Okay.
And I tell you, that corner right there, it's on the corner of Gaines, which is the old 64, and West Point Road.
That's a good corner to have a sale, isn't it?
Oh man, it's busy. But the day we did it was the June 19th. Some people, I call it a semi-holiday because half the people are off and half the people still have to work.
Right.
But they were still paving that road out there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, of all the days they finally got out to West Point Road was the day I had my yard sale. So
Oh, wow.
they were all out there.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. I was checking to see if we actually own Facebook and YouTube, and we are. You can check this out on Facebook and YouTube. And we got the video cameras running, so we're all right, I reckon. Doing good. Yeah, that's interesting. The pavement that's going on. Of course, they did West Gaines. They just did it. Got it new pavement.
Yep, they got everything done now, except I think they've still got some marking to do.
I haven't been over on Springer.
I haven't seen that. I've been trying to stay away from there.
Well, I know that they scraped it down. I don't know if they've paved it yet or not.
Well, they've got school starts back up here at the end of this month, I believe.
Maybe they're going to wait till school starts and then pave.
Yeah, that's what they'll do.
I don't know. Let's see. We've got a caller. How are you this morning?
It took me a long time to get to that little Quick Mart. They have got it blocked off somewhere, I think around 7th Street down to 2nd. Down to, yeah. But anyway, it was hard to get to it. If you know the roads, it's not hard to get to. You just have to wind. But it's like they moved it or something. And when I came back, I think you could go down to Earl, which is right behind it, and then go up 5th,
Right.
bypass that. But, people that are just coming through here,
Right.
maybe get really confused if you're not on 43 or 64.
Yeah, I know it's an inconvenience for everybody who lives back there.
Yeah, but anyway, by the way, if those people that are looking for a piano, there's one in Loretta, Etheridge, Summertown, and Lawrenceburg, but you have to put in piano technician and do a search.
Okay. We
They
got to
repair. The second thing is while he's on this about the health and stuff and tobacco, it became addictive because they intentionally made it. The tobacco company did, actually, if I haven't read the book, it's Barbarians at the Gate, and I tried to listen to the video, but the language was too bad for me. But it has to do with the corruption in big business, but it had to do with R.J. Reynolds, the tobacco companies bought into the Bisco and the food and started using whatever they were using, not the same products, making the sugary stuff more. Now, they came out of it, but Barbarians in the Gate explains the climate. But disability is more between people in the 40s and 50s, I think it said, the 30s to the 60s. I know he's catering to older people, but it gives older people things to discuss with their children, their grown children or grandchildren sometimes. Because I will tell you this, if you're ever diagnosed with anything life-threatening, even in middle to, say, 40s or 50s, you may never get any more life insurance again if you don't already have it in place.
We're all on the road to uninsurability.
Yeah.
Some of us die before we get to that.
I just wanted to throw that out. Enjoy your discussions.
All right. Thank you. Very good.
I meant to ask her what her favorite senior discount was.
Well, she may have one. She may have one. Favorite senior discount. I don't know. She'll research it. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you that.
I thought that at one time, Kroger had a discount senior day, but they did away with
I
that.
don't know. Hey, good morning. You're on WDXE with us.
Hi, I don't have a senior discount, but back when you were talking, the first thing y'all was talking about, or the tobacco,
Yes, ma'am.
do y'all, I don't know what y'all's ages are exactly, but do y'all remember when we just had house phones and the kids would call a grocery store or somewhere and ask them a question? Do you remember that?
I do remember.
Yep.
What was that question?
Do you have Prince Albert in a can?
That's right.
That's right.
And do you remember then if they said yes, what the kids would say?
Yeah, let him out.
Please let him out. That's right.
Yeah, he's gonna die. He's gonna suffocate.
That's awesome. I hadn't thought about that in years. Thank you. Yeah, do you have Prince Albert in a can? Oh, that's right. Well, my wife told me the other day that the man who invented cough drops had passed away. But there's not going to be any coughing at the funeral. Hey, you're back.
Yeah, he said, wondered what my discount. I do the senior drink at McDonald's, sometimes even if I'm going somewhere else to get something else, like a piece of pizza or something. But I've traveled a lot. I learned that you can make your money go. If you're not careful when you travel, especially nationally or internationally, you can spend big bucks on, So I learned to even get things and take it to the hotel or stop at kind of like a Quick Mart here and take things to a hotel. But one of them my friend here really likes, and it's not a senior special, is she's a retired teacher from Memphis, moved here. She says Susu's, she goes there every day and gets a half a salad. And it was less than $5. She takes it home. I know it was like less than $6. So I tried it, and let me tell you, it is a lot. Sometimes I do not eat, has meat, and the half salad it probably wouldn't be enough for a man, and I take my own bottled water, and I try to go at 10 or 2 and not see anybody I know. But I suspect Jeff's is there because I have seen, I don't know what kind of car he drives, but they shoot out. I'll say, I was sitting there one day, said, I bet somebody called him about buying a house.
Oh.
I'm going to be watching for you. Look, I've never met Miss Peggy, so she just let me know she's there at 10 and 2 at Susu's.
You would recognize her voice.
I'm gonna be watching for her because my office is in that same parking lot there. It's in that same shopping center. So anyway, we'll see.
It's funny how you can recognize a voice.
I do recognize voices. I recognize faces and voices, but I have a hard time remembering names sometimes.
I know. I'm that way too.
And I've tried to work on that.
Associate the name with something. And
I've tried, yes.
Yeah.
It don't always work.
I'm in line at a funeral visitation, and I'm talking to somebody, and the guy in front of me turns around and goes, "Hey, you're Stanley Wilson." I said, "Yeah, I am. Who are you? I don't know you." But they heard me on the broadcast for football games and sports, and that's where they heard my voice. And he heard my voice. And he goes,
Yeah. That happens.
That kind of freaked me out.
That happens to Mean Joe that comes in here with me.
Oh.
Yeah, Mean Joe. He'll see, people will see him or something and say, "You're Mean Joe, aren't you?" And it's funny. Good deal. Have you heard anything about the Trump accounts?
The ones that's created for the babies born in.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know all the details of that, but evidently they're going to kickstart a kid's savings.
Yep, I think it's $1,000, and then you could add to it. It's a good deal. And we talked about that one day.
Did we? I can't remember the details.
particulars.
I don't remember the details though.
I can't either right now.
The kids born at when?
I think last year and this year.
It started with last year and this year.
I think so.
That's interesting.
I'll find out real quick.
We need to find out about that because it kicks them off with $1,000 savings account, I guess, of some sort.
Yep.
It's kind of interesting theory there because, of course,
born between 2025 and 2028. So if Congress doesn't
25 and 28
extend it, you've got those years, 4 years.
So it's in place now.
Yep.
And so if Congress keeps it, it'll be a good thing.
The government will put in $1,000, and then you can contribute up to $5,000 annually. So you can put in $6,500 of your own money and $1,000 of the government the first year, and then $5,000 from then on out.
Can you imagine what it would be like to have that from your lifetime?
Yeah, Keith was in here on doing those calculations. And I mean, if you just funded that for 18 years until they got out of high school,
Yeah.
they would not have to worry about a retirement anymore.
No.
Just let that money build up. They can go on with their life and spend their money that they make in their job because their retirement would be
It's a
taken
great
care of.
idea. It's a great idea. Of
Yeah,
course, I mean, what
I wouldn't suggest that. I would suggest adding to it even after 18. But even if you just stopped, what I'm saying is if you stopped at age 18, you would have more money than the person that started putting money in at age 18.
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
Yeah, by far. Yeah. The magic of compound interest, for sure. Yeah, I saw that where they had a kickoff something there for the Trump accounts, as
I
they're
think,
calling them.
something about July 1st.
Yeah, I guess so.
You got to go online to enroll like you do everything nowadays.
Right.
Talking about QuickBart and our friend Keith,
Yep.
they do have a discount. You have to download their app, Shell Rewards.
Yeah.
You download the app, and then you look for it's a NASCAR discount. So every Sunday that a NASCAR race is being ran, Shell is offering 22 cents off. It's a good deal. I did it.
22 cents off a gallon?
A gallon.
Really?
Yep. On top of your other rewards, whatever you built up. So like right now, I've got 15 cents off on my regular, but if it's a NASCAR Sunday, I can get 15 and 22 off a gallon.
That's interesting.
So the last time I filled up, it was $2.90. I got it for $2.95 a gallon.
Well, how about
And
that?
that was like $3.40 at that time. $3.45, I think.
I haven't taken advantage of that. I do have the app.
Well, see, Shell sponsors Joey Logano, and his car number is 22.
Okay.
So that's where the 22 comes from.
Oh, okay.
So that's a good discount.
I wonder how they can do that.
They're making first of all, not everybody takes advantage of it.
Right.
It's like gift cards. You know, around Mother's Day and graduation and Christmas, people buy gift cards and give to people. Well, a lot of people forget about them.
They never use them.
And I think they've shown how many people, like 80%, only 80% use them or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's 20% that the company got all that money, and now they don't have to give you back goods or services for it. That's pure profit to them, basically.
Well, that's true.
I mean,
that's true.
the
If you don't
handling
use
of it. Yeah.
I've been given a gift card or two that never got used.
Right. So you give these discounts out, and people don't know about them. It's like the government. There's a lot of things the government has that people don't know about because they're not good at marketing. They're good at coming up with this stuff in the bureaucratic back rooms of the government.
Yep.
But they don't promote it. It's not that they don't want you to know about it. They just don't give you
I'll
good
say
information.
this though, even the stuff that we do know about, they make it extremely difficult to obtain.
Yep. Well, I mean, the income tax-free tips and overtime,
Yeah.
they've got caps on those. I
Yeah.
mean, I can't remember what that is. But if you're in especially like where I was down there in Gulf Shores, I knew a guy that was a bellman, I guess, at the lodge down there.
Yeah.
And he made good money doing that because there was people coming down there, they were on vacation or they were at a conference, somebody else was paying for it. They gave him, he got tips all the time. He made really good money with doing that.
Yeah.
So that money is not going to be, according to Trump, while Trump's in office, is not going to be taxed.
Yeah.
But you can only make so much.
Yeah.
And some of these people working in these fine dining areas and high-end resorts, they get a lot of money in tips.
Not that anybody would do this, but a lot of those tips probably never get reported.
Well, probably so.
No matter how much
well,
it is.
I mean,
if they're cash tips.
I was going to say, if it's cash tips, it's hard to. Now, if they put it on their credit card,
it's a little different.
Yeah. The employer is going to report it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, like you said, but there's a lot of government programs out there. I don't know if you remember back in the 70s and even, I guess, in the 80s, the guy wore a suit with dollar marks all over it, and it was an infomercial. And he wrote a book about all the different programs out there.
all the government programs that you could profit from.
Yep.
I do remember that guy.
Yeah.
He made the TV circuit a time or two.
Yeah. He was, I mean, he was everywhere. And he was selling this book that had, free money from the government, basically.
Free money from the government. I remember that.
I mean,
They don't tell how many of those books he sold.
yeah, well, that's where he made his money, was
That's
on
where he
those
made his-
books. I mean, you think about, we need to come up with, I mean, nowadays it's coming up with something to sell on the internet because you're exposed to millions of people on the internet.
Right.
But back then, you did a television commercial. And Ronco products, the Pocket Fisherman, remember that?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, probably the number one selling product at that time back then. But let's say it cost you $500,000. All right. That's a lot of money up front. You got to buy the airtime, and that's why they did it during the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Because the airtime was cheap.
airtime.
Then you got to find a manufacturer. So you go over to a foreign country and you get cheap labor, and you make these products for hardly anything, and you bring them back. So now you've got $500,000 in your deal.
Yeah.
In your product, rather.
Yeah.
Now you turn around and you start running these infomercials. Well, you and I would look at them and go, man, I ain't doing that. That's crazy. But there's people that would buy this stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And all you need, if you made $1 a unit, just $1, and you sold 2 million of those, you've made $2 million minus your $500,000 investment.
Yep.
You cleared $1.5 million in profit.
Yep.
And if you sold 5 million of them, I mean,
And they did.
yeah, there's I don't know how many people, about 350 million people live in the United States
Yeah.
that we can count. I know there's probably more than that now.
I've seen some households that have a blue zillion Beanie Babies.
Yep.
Those were big at one time.
I knew a guy that he couldn't sleep, and he would order stuff online off the television. He just,
Everybody's got to have a hobby, I guess.
I guess.
You got to have a hobby. Oh my, gosh, I don't know. She'd kill me, I guess, for telling this. But many years ago, Teresa made from home. She made cakes for people.
Yeah.
It was kind of a little home business that she made cakes from, and she got pretty good at it. And at that time, I was working for the cable TV system, and I was selling commercials on cable TV.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember we did the local cable TV insertions? I did car dealerships. Steve Williams Ford was a big customer. Some of the banks, different ones. Big John's. I did Big John's commercials, all that kind of stuff. So, and I was working with Village Media out of the farm, the hippie farm. Phil Schweitzer and Doug Stevenson, they were my video guys. And so I was telling them about Teresa making these cakes, and they'd had one or two or whatever, and they had the big idea that we should make an instructional video series on how to have a home business making cakes, and we'd sell the videos to people that wanted to learn how to make these cakes and make a profit from home. And so we did that. We tried it. Teresa did it. And they had a little kitchen up there that we went to, and she did an instructional video on how to do these cakes. And it wasn't successful, but we give it a shot.
Well, you needed YouTube. That's what YouTube is all about now.
Now we've had more of a medium to do it, but then we didn't have a good outlet for it.
Yeah.
And that was the killer. So anyway, that brought back a memory. Good gracious. Those videos probably still exist somewhere. We don't have them, but they do. It's interesting.
Well, since this is supposed to be a financial show,
We ought to do something
we're a day
about that.
early.
We ought to do that.
I do want to mention something that's called the HSAs, which stands for Health Savings Accounts.
Yes.
And this works. It works for a lot of different people. If you're self-employed, now I'm not talking about 65 and over after you're already on Medicare, but before you get to Medicare, and it's a great way to save money. It's intended to pay your medical expenses on a tax favorable basis.
Yes.
You can put the money in and get a tax deduction $4,400 for for a single person, and I think it was $8,750 for a family.
Okay.
But it has to be attached to a high deductible major medical. And with the price of insurance, more and more people are going to the higher deductibles because they can't afford the premiums for the lower deductibles.
You're right.
You know, they have to find something within their budget.
You're absolutely right.
So next thing you know, they got a deductible of $5,000, even $10,000.
Yes.
So it's not going to pay for the deductible, but it's a great way to save money because you get a tax deduction. You can invest this money. You can put it in a company like Fidelity, and they can put it into mutual funds. And you can invest about 80% of that. I would suggest to invest about 80% of it, and hey, keep it about 20% in cash in case you need it. But it will grow until you're age 65 or 59 and a half. It'll grow like an IRA.
Yeah.
And then when you take it out, if it's for eligible medical expenses, you can get it out tax-free. So it's kind of a hack. What people are doing is putting this money away in these HSAs, but they're not touching it. And they're letting it build up, and they're keeping the receipts. If they pay for medical expenses, they keep the receipts. And even 10 years, 20 years down the road, when you turn 65, you can turn this over into a regular IRA, and then when you can take the money out, if you can prove you paid, you still have your receipts, you prove that it's a medical expense. Excuse me, you can take it out tax free, tax exempt.
Okay.
So it's kind of a three tax banger there. You get a deduction when you put it in, you get deduction on the growth inside the investment, and then you can get it tax free when it comes out.
Oh, wow.
So it's for somebody that's in getting ready to retire in a few years, 10 years, 15 years, because when you turn 50, you can add $1,000 extra for a catch-up contribution.
Okay.
So it's almost like a Roth IRA. It's even better than a Roth IRA. Because remember we talked about those last week, is that putting money into a Roth IRA is money that's already been taxed.
Yeah.
The buildup is tax deferred, or actually you never pay taxes on it unless you take it out within 5 years.
Yeah.
You got to let it sit in the Roth IRA for 5 years, and after 5 years you can take it out, and anything you take out of a Roth IRA is tax free.
Okay.
So you can put more money into a Roth IRA than you can in HSA, but you can do both.
Oh, wow.
Now, a lot of people say, well, I don't have $4,400 laying around to put into an HSA. Yes, you do. If you've got a 401k or an IRA, you can roll that money over from a 401k into an IRA, and then from the IRA back into the HSA. That's how you do that.
Okay.
Or if you've got money already in an IRA, you can roll some of it over into your HSA to kickstart it with $4,400. Now, you can only do that one time in your life.
Yeah.
But it's a good way to take some money out of one account and put it in the other and let it build up.
Wow.
So,
That's interesting.
yeah, it's
There's so many strategies out there.
well, that's what I was saying. People, people, you got to dig into it a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. Unfortunately, that's I like to do that. But I was going to mention that some companies offer an HSA. Now then, you get another bang for your buck on your tax dollars because your contribution will lower your FICA taxes, will lower your income, which will lower your FICA taxes, which is your Social Security and your Medicare taxes. They take out of your check every time you get paid.
Sure.
So that lowers that taxable income down. So you bringing home more money, but you're also putting money away in the HSA.
Yeah. Wow.
So
That's interesting. Well, how can people get in touch with you?
931-242-4495. 931-242-4495.
All right. Stanley Wilson with Harvest
I'm working
Financial.
on trying to find me a phone number with a catchy number on it. Something
catchy
easy,
number?
easy to remember number, I should say.
I tried to do that too years ago, and
So
it's not always easy.
the last 4 digits could be spelled hood.
Yeah.
You could, we've had the prefix here in Lawrenceburg for 762 forever.
Right.
So it could be 762 hood. People remember that.
Yeah, they would.
But I don't know how to get those. I think AT&T controls a lot of those.
They do, and it's That's another confusing world too.
Yeah.
To try to get a phone number like that, or any phone number for that matter, and whether or not you get AT&T or something else.
Well, I mean, I'd love to have Harvest, Harvest, is 7 letters. And
Yeah.
that's 7 numbers.
Yeah.
I'd love to have that. You know,
Or how about just 762 money?
or that too.
Stanley Wilson, everybody. We're going to join programming probably already in progress here in a couple of minutes, or a minute or so.
Have you been to the? Well, I know you haven't been there because it was last night was the first night. But
gentleman from the cane?
Yeah.
I'm going. I haven't been yet.
I haven't been yet.
But I'm planning on going.
Yep.
Yep. They'll have performance tonight, so you don't want to
Every
miss
night, 7:00, and then they have a matinee Sunday at 2:00.
Yep. Yep. Well, buddy, thanks for coming in today.
All right.
Thanks for coming in today. And as far as I'm concerned, you can come back tomorrow. I'm gonna have Keith in here. We'll round table again. I don't care.
We'll double team Mr. Morgan.
Yeah.
Or triple
Well,
team him.
actually, I don't think he's coming tomorrow. It all messed up, and it was all too late to fix it. So he's coming back, but not tomorrow. So anyway, we'll have you back. I didn't want to spring that on you until today.
You wait till 9:00.
I waited
to tell
till
me.
9.
By the way, Stanley, you didn't have to come in this morning.
Listen, I know how to work.
Thanks, Jeff.
Listen, I know how to work this. I know how to work this deal. I'll see you next time.